Hello students, welcome back into the another session of CS22 operating system concepts using Linux and Unix. As all of you know that we are discussing about unit number 10, that is working with a X Windows Ubuntu, and in our previous lecture we have discussed about layered structure of X, and we have discussed about one of the subcomponent of layered windows of X, that is Windows Manager, where Windows Manager is used to manage the several internal entities of Windows operating system like desktop, icon, color combination, various types of tray menu, and etc. And even this is the component who is responsible for managing all the internal items and works as a background process into the Windows operating system. So this was the brief idea about the Windows Manager, which is available over the layered structure of X. And we have concluded our previous lecture at the introductory part of desktop environment. So let's start the discussion with the newer concept that is called as desktop environment. So as you can see onto the screen, desktop environment means, in short, it is called as DE. It is actually an implementation of the desktop metaphor made up of bundle of program running on a top of computer operating system which shares a common graphical user interface, which sometimes described as a graphical shell. The desktop environment was seen mostly on personal computer until the rise of mobile computing. Desktop GUI helps the user to easily access and split, edit and access the files which has been created by the users they are usually uh, while they are usually do not provide access to all the features found in the underlying operating system. Instead of traditional command line argument is still used in full over control over the operating system, which has been handled by the internals of entire system. The responsibility of desktop environment is, it is typically consist of various types of things like icon, windows, toolbar, folders, wallpaper, desktop gadgets, etc. A GUI might also provide drag and drop functionality and other features that makes the desktop metaphor more compatible and complete for handling the internals of operating system. A desktop environment was aims to be an intuitive way for user interaction with the computer using the concept which is similar to those of physical words such as of buttons. Now we can go into the depth of the implementation of desktop environment. The implementation of desktop environment says that on a system which offers the desktop environment, or we can say the Windows Manager, in conjunction with the application written using the widgets toolkit, are generally responsible for the most of user cases. The Windows Manager support the user interaction with environment, while the toolkit provides developer a software library or the application with undefined look and the behavior. So as prescribed over here, the desktop environment supports the various types of activity which is based on the graphical user interface provided by the operating system, in which all this graphical user interface provides such type of platform to the users through which user can easily perform the various processes of the operating system which works on a foreground. As we know that the processes are of two types, which is called as foreground and a background, where background processes were handled by the system internals and foreground processes even it is handled by the system internal, but we can see it onto the output screen, or we can say over the monitor. So Windows system is some sort of generally and interface directly with the underlying operating system and the libraries. This provides support for graphical hardware, acceleration of graphical hardware, some pointing devices, some support of internal predefined device drivers for the keyboard. The Windows Manager generally run on the top of the Windows operating system. The applications that is created with the particular Windows Manager in Windows Toolkit generally provide the operating system for managing and executing the specific task. Every task is made up of one process ID, and process scheduler maintains all this process ID as prescribed into the unit number 2. Now, as per the prescribed syllabus of Saurashtra University, we need to go for the Windows Manager layout. Generally, there are two types of Windows Manager layout that we have to discuss, that is Genome and KDE, where Genome is an older type of graphical user interface which has been supported by the Windows Manager and which has been replaced by newer one which is called as KDE. So the layout of Genome look like the screen which you can see over the layout that I am describing right now. Suppose we want to install the order like user interface into the operating system, then by just visiting https extension.genome.org/extension/608/genome menu, we can install the older graphical user interface into the operating system that we are using called Ubuntu. But in latest version of Ubuntu, this is not possible due to the less technical support which has been given by the entire operating system architecture. So it is possible up to 16.0.4 only. Now, user configuration means in computing, configuration files are the file used to configure the parameters and initial settings for some computer programs. They are used for the users, application, server processes and operating system settings. Some application provides tools to create, modify, verify the syntax of their configuration file. This sometimes have the graphical interface for the other programs and the system administrator. So we can say that user configuration is the configuration file of the operating system which supports many types of other functionalities like initializations of the parameter, initialization of other supported files, server processes, computational programs, application program running of the operating system which we are using. Some computer programs read their configuration at the startup and other periodically check the configuration file and make the changes as the operating system get loaded after the completion of booting process. So user configuration is the file which has been handled by the system internally and it executes during the booting process of the system. One command is introduced over here which is called as startx command. This is not that much important as far as the Saurashtra University examination is concerned, but still as it is the part of syllabus we will discuss about the same. So the syntax, we'll discuss this particular command in 3 different sections, that is syntax, theory, first theory, then we'll go for the syntax, and then we'll see that how can we execute the same thing. So the theoretical section of startx command says that the startx command is a one type of script which is executed over the front end to the component called initialization. If you have remember the model of booting process, then into the model of booting process we have taken the several components of booting process like BIOS, then MBR, then grub, then init level, and then The last one is the default process IDs. So this X init will execute over the initial level of the operating system's booting process. So the same thing is written over here. The startx is a script which runs on a front end to X init that provide somewhat nice user interface for a single session of X Windows operating system, and it is often run with without any argument. The syntax of startx command is as displays onto the screen. Startx, then into the bracket we have to specify the client option, then the server ID, then the display option, where display option is the option that is set by the user, which demonstrate that this variable gets set to the name of display which client should connect, and X authority is a one type of authentication through which the display is going to be shown. This is the official Windows of GNOME, which is used by the Ubuntu like operating system. This is the logo of GNOME. Let's discuss something more about the Windows Manager, which is called as GNOME. So GNOME is a free and open source desktop environment for Unix like operating system. GNOME was originally acronyms for GNU Network Object Model. So GNU Network Object Model environment is the full form of GNOME. GNOME is a part of GNU project and developed by GNOME project, which is composed of both volunteers and paid contribution. That means GNOME, which is a one type of Windows Manager, were available freely as well as we can use it on a paid basis. Obviously, if we are using it on a free basis, some of the limitations and system restriction we can find when we are using the free version, while on a paid version of GNOME, every facilities we will get which has been designed by the previous which is designed by the Windows Manager. Now GNOME contains the various version. We'll not discuss the every version, but we'll just introduce some of the version of GNOME. The first one is GNOME 3. It is actually the default desktop version of many major Linux distributions like Fedora, Debian, SUSE Linux, Red Hat, CentOS, Oracle Linux, Scientific Linux, Steam OS, Tails, Kali Linux, etc. etc. One of the another very powerful GNOME version is GNOME 2, which is actually older than GNOME 3, is released under the name of MET, and it is default to the many distribution target low to the user resources. But due to the limitation of GNOME 2, it is not widely used into the Linux distribution which we have currently into the market. Parallelly, another type of Windows Manager which we need to keep in our mind is KDE. So there is a very brief description of KDE is given over here. In a world of Linux desktop environment, another option of Windows Manager is KDE. That means into the examination they can ask the difference between GNOME and KDE. Then we will find the difference over here. So without wasting more time, let's discuss something more about the KDE, where DE means desktop environment. These are the several other desktop environment which is provided as an option of GNOME. If you are a fan of Gold KDE desktop environment, then we can go for the KUbuntu or you can install along with the utility as a desktop environment over the Ubuntu. That means practically in this particular subject we are using Ubuntu as an operating system, Linux like operating system. So the desktop environment which we can see is KDE. The desktop environment of KDE is almost similar like a Windows. That means we will provide, we can see the My Computer option, we can browse the various directory, we can create the directories, we can move the file from one directory to another directory, and so on. One of the graphical, or we can say the pictorial representation of KDE desktop is displayed onto the screen. Now we can install KDE in our operating system by passing a sudo command. So over the terminal window, just start your Ubuntu, go into the terminal window and type sudo sudo apt minus get install KDE dash full, and if your system is get connected with the internet, automatically it will download all the officials and the supported file of KDE desktop environment. One more pictorial representation of KDE panel is displayed over here, where you will find a Windows like facility. That means suppose we are pressing a Windows button from the keyboard, it displays a one pop-up window, same like that. Suppose we want a pop-up window in Linux, then it could be possible using the KDE panel. This is very easy to get an idea of KDE desktop as well as the GNOME desktop. Whatever the screen you are observing right now onto the screen, it's a screen of Ubuntu operating system. So over here I have demonstrated the difference between KDE and GNOME in terms of few parameters. These parameters are the web definition, standard, its toolkit, point of view, user friendly comparison, and the website. So the web definition says that KDE is an international free software community producing an integrated set of cross-platform applications designed to run on Linux, while GNOME is a desktop environment and graphical user interface that run on the top of computer operating system. Standard says that where K is the desktop environment and GNU is the GNOME's standard. KDE were introduced in 1996 and GNOME were introduced in 1997. So I would like to correct one word which I have already communicated to you. KDE is actually the older version and GNOME is the newer version, which right now we are using into the Ubuntu. By mistake, before some time ago I says that GNOME is older and KDE is newer one, but it was my mistake. KDE is actually an older version and GNOME is the newer version which we are using into the Ubuntu operating system. So KDE is little bit complex to use and GNOME is little bit easier to use. The official website of KDE is kde.org and the official website of GNOME is gnome.org. There are various ways to install the application software over the Linux like operating system. That means via the software center, just like a Play Store that we are using over the Android, we can install the various application software over the Ubuntu operating system. So that is the step number one. Even using the Debian packages, that means installation file, just like an installation file of XAMPP, just like an installation file of Microsoft Office, just like an installation file of Turbo C, which is called as Debian packages in Linux like operating system. We can install the new application software, and the next option is using the personal package archive. We'll not discuss more about this. So this was all about actually the discussion of unit number 10 called Windows with X Ubuntu. Now from this entire chapter, only one important concept that we have to keep in our mind is that first one is the introduction of Windows Manager, and there are two types of Windows Manager we have to discuss, that is GNOME and KDE. And the third topic we have to keep in our mind is the difference between GNOME and KDE. So into the examination they can ask that what is layered windows of what is layered structure of X Windows. Write a short note on layered windows of structure X, and even they can ask explain GNOME in detail, or they can ask explain KDE in detail, and even they can ask the difference between GNOME and KDE. So this was all about the discussion of unit number 10, that is called as working with X Windows called Ubuntu. In our next lecture we will start with the last unit of this entire subject, that is Linux administration, obviously the administration of Ubuntu. Now in this particular chapter only 2 to 3 important points are there that we have to keep in our mind, that I will inform you whenever we start with Linux administration. And after the completion of this unit number 11, I will give you the list of important questions from this entire syllabus. So thank you very much students for listening me, and have a nice day. Shortly we will meet and discuss about the last unit of CS22 operating system concept using Linux and Unix.